I hope you are doing well. Crypto Rick here, and today I am very excited to be able to talk to you about Marhaba, as well as their complete ecosystem that these guys are building. And man, oh man, is this a video that you're going to want to watch. I have an opportunity here to sit down with one of the team members and discuss this project in detail. But before I do, I wanted to give you just a little bit of an overview of what they have to offer. MRHB DeFi, which is Marhaba DeFi, is a Muslim inclusive DeFi platform. So for those of you that might not know, there's a large population of the world that is Muslim, and true Muslims have some strict rules on what they can and can't invest in and take part of. So these guys have put together a compliant ecosystem and will continue to bring opportunities that are Muslim inclusive, Muslim also, for this entire community. So there's a full ecosystem at play here, and we're going to dig into quite a few of those things in our conversation. But they have their wallet, which will actually find and research projects and list projects in their wallet that are compliant as well. So they're gonna help people that are interested in investing find the ones that they can invest in safely, for their belief system. In addition to that, they have some NFT opportunities the same way, liquidity harvesting, cross-chain DEX aggregators, interest-free lending and borrowing, some really cool stuff we dig into in the conversation with that, as well as a full-on launch pad. So this is going to be an entire ecosystem of products that are Muslim compliant, right, as well as inclusive to everybody. So you don't have to be Muslim to take part in these things. You can absolutely see the opportunity, like what you see, and jump in for yourself. So I wanted to bring this to you guys so you had the opportunity to see what's going on, because there is a sale happening right now. So this is a public pre-sale. So if you guys are wanting to get in, I wanted to bring this to you as always nice and early, so you have the opportunity to get in on that right now if you choose to. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we have so much to talk about, and again, I'm so excited because I actually got to sit down with somebody over here at MRHB. So with that being said, I hope you enjoy this interview. Well, all right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us here today. I am very, very excited, and I get to sit down and talk to Ahmed from MRHB today. And man, you're going to see some stuff that I saw, and this is a huge, huge opportunity for us to get into something relatively early, and what has a true ecosystem in front of it, and some huge, huge opportunities. So, Ahmed, welcome, and thank you for joining us today.
Hey, Brandon, the pleasure's all mine. Thank you so much for having me and inviting me. I mean, honestly, so happy to be here, and thanks for everybody who's watching. So yeah, just a quick introduction about myself. I'm on the marketing side, and I'm the lead on the marketing side for Marhaba. MRHB equals Marhaba. DeFi, it's a full DeFi ecosystem solution for a market and part of the crypto world that was neglected before. I like to say this because it makes me feel good, and also it's the truth, is that we are the last puzzle piece to making DeFi fully inclusive. Now, what does that mean? So before like the crypto world and DeFi world was a world which had focused on just the conventional banking substitute, right? They were trying to solve the issues from the conventional banking because of the 2008 market crash, the middlemen being corrupt, banking system XYZ. But no one was focusing on this $3+ trillion liquidity market, which is the faith-based community, which is the Islamic finance world in Middle East, Malaysia, Indonesia, South Asia, Africa. There's a huge community which needs this specific market because of their specific belief systems, their personal requirements and stuff like that, and it's truly ethical. But there was no DeFi solution out there for focusing on this community. So that's where this project really comes off of. It comes from this need for this specific community, where we're bringing a full ecosystem solution for the faith-based community, for the Islamic finance world, for the halal compliant world, so people can also enjoying themselves. And marhaba in essence means welcome. So we're welcoming everybody to like from this market to the crypto world, to the DeFi world, and letting them know, hey, there's also solutions for you guys.
Yeah, and I think that's huge, right? When I was browsing through the website, something jumped out at me, right? Because I understand part of being in crypto for this long is you get to meet so many different people from so many different cultures around the world, and that's what I love as much, if not more, than the financial aspect of it is the ability to talk to people and meet people that you would have never in a million years had that opportunity with, right?
Mhm.
One of the things that caught me on your website here is I saw right away it was designed for a specific community, but it's Muslim also, not
Yeah,
Muslim only, right?
yeah.
So that to me, that inclusive piece of it, I think is important for us to touch on. So it's not specifically only for one community. This is just making it where everybody can benefit in a
Mhm.
way that is also good for the Muslim community, correct?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, our initial few our initial biggest supporters, and I'm talking about emotionally, financially, mentally, and like effort wise, like they got involved and just volunteered. For people who had nothing to do with being, linked to being Muslim, they were just people who were just passionate and understood how big this need is, and how big of a problem this thing solves. So yeah, I mean, we're for everybody. Honestly, recently one of our biggest investors is like someone who's linked to no religions. So but they understand how big financial value this thing can bring, how big of a economical value this thing can bring, and how big of a societal value having halal solutions brings to the global financial sector. So yeah, I mean, there's people passionate about this from all steps of life.
Yeah, I love it. And it's just one more way to, right, to bridge the gaps between our cultures of the world, right? For so
Yeah,
long, we get pulled in different directions and we see more and more division over things that our belief systems aren't really that different
yeah.
on if you really start digging in. So the beauty of things like this to help people that would have never had that meeting, right? Never have that conversations, get together and then make money and solve
Yeah.
problems while doing it, to me is a real game changer in one of the things that really jumped out at me personally. So with the platform and the ecosystem specifically, what are some of the most important things that you want people to know that you guys are working on? I saw a number of different things on the website, right? But what's jumping out at you as the most important things for people to hear about?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you kind of looked at the website, and I honestly invite everybody to go check out our white paper. On page 22 is our roadmap of the white paper, and you can read into it. Like we got many solutions. We're bringing a full ecosystem solution for this huge market, for this 1.7 plus potential billion people market. And so we got staking, we got liquidity providing, we got a wallet that you can buy, sell, do the staking on, do the liquidity providing on, XYZ. We got charity. So if you want to give into charity, we've got for people who are interested in swapping, we got a launch pad that's also coming up. So we're trying to bring an entire solution to this to the world of DeFi. And so I personally, if you ask me, I think what I'm really excited about is actually the Sahal wallet, because I see the biggest potential from that wallet being launched. It's a very simple UI UX design for people to use. It solves the problem for a lot of faith-based investors. So I'll give you an example. I'll give you a story. I mean, this is where the whole necessity aspect came in from. Um, before Marhaba solution, what I would do is I would have to spend 8 to 10 hours on one project, researching it, understanding it, and then making a decision if it's halal compliant. Halal compliant means does it go with the halal regulations or stuff like, is it against, like, does it have gambling in it? If it has gambling in it, it's not going to be compliant, right? If it has something to do with entertainment, pornography, it's not going to be compliant. Anything that has to do with harming society, it's not going to be compliant. If it has something to do with interest, it's not going to be compliant. So as long as it's ethical investments, it's going to be compliant. But sometimes spending 8 hours and then you thinking, okay, I don't want to invest in this. It's like, I just wasted 8 hours. Like, why am I doing this? So, but what Marhaba does is actually the wallet is has a team behind it that does all this work for you and then certifies each pick. And so then people can invest in it with confidence. People can feel a lot more efficient with their investments because all they have to do is go on the wallet. Oh, we got 3 more tokens today. All right, this token looks like it's a good buy. Boom, buy. Not okay, I know about this token, let me do 8 hours of research and then come back to it. And then the best thing about the wallet is that it's linked to everything else. It's like the heart with everything else is connected to it, right? So that's really what excites me, to be very honest with you. But we have a launch upcoming very soon of our NFT marketplace. And so this NFT marketplace is a no code based marketplace, and it has multi-chain. So and you'll be linked with other marketplaces like OpenSea and XYZ, right? So you can buy and sell. There's that fluid of of NFTs moving around. And one beautiful thing about our marketplace is that we'll do all the hard work when it comes to making sure that the artwork itself is compliant with the whole faith-based system, right? And there's a lot of people that are out there that want to go to NFTs, but on a daily, day-to-day basis, we get questions like, "Oh, are NFTs allowed? Or can we even buy this artwork? Can we even do this artwork?" Because there's a lot of artwork and there's a lot of designs that are like into gaming. And usually that's a little bit more scandalous, like it's got a little bit more of like cleavage and all this stuff. So there's a lot of people that are a little cautious about that, but our marketplace will make sure everything that you want to buy is good. You can get it. It's ethical. It's for the society. And it's from the society. So it helps the entire ecosystem and community at large. So that's what's coming up in December 2nd. And so that's what's also really exciting me and keeping me very busy, to be honest.
Yeah, well, that's good. Busy's good, right? I mean, it's not like we're in a bull market or anything, right? So, so that's great, man. Those are some things that I think jump out at the everyday person, right? Regardless of your individual faith or anything like that, understanding how large of an opportunity it is to break into this segment, break into this market, and then to make it easy for people to do so is the game changer, right? Like you said, exactly. Wasting 8 hours, 10 hours, even 2 hours is too much time to invest into each individual project. And then only, you can only be so sure too.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Right? So having a team of experts doing that legwork for you is nice. And then putting yourself in the position of the projects, right? Now they have somebody to go to get that stamp of approval on there for that community, which is a huge win for a lot of these projects as well. If they're doing it the right way, having your stamp of approval on there can really help them slingshot into the ecosystem as well. So that's some pretty cool stuff. I also saw you guys have like a cross-chain DEX aggregator that you guys are working on, and some interest-free lending and borrowing. So that one jumped out at me because I heard you mention that anything with interest is not allowed, correct? So this interest-free lending and borrowing, can you touch on that just a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. So currently, the entire conventional banking system works on interest and stuff. And I mean, our entire financial systems work on interest or taxes, right? Basing on macroeconomics. So, but 2008 market crash, one of the biggest reasons to that market crash was the interest rates. People had to default on those specific loans and all those stuff. But one of the greatest things that we learned from that is that in 2008, a lot of conventional banks failed. But the banks that did not fail are the ones that did not have interest-based lending and borrowing. So that's where the United Nations made an amendment where they're like, we want to promote ethical investing and ethical banking. And that's where the whole interest-free borrowing and lending comes in. Now you'll be like, okay, fine. If it's interest-free, why would anybody lend out that money? So the way this system works is by four different modules as of right now. One of the most popular one is, because we don't have time to go into all of them, but one of the most popular ones is the format of equity sharing. So for example, you want to buy something, you put down some percentage of it, then the investor puts down most of it. And depending on how much you put down, you know how much equity you own. Thus, you pick up that specific risk, but you also pick up that specific potential in profit. So for example, if you buy a house for $100, you put down $10. Rick, you put down $90. So you own 90%, I own 10%. So that potential return on investment is, I'm gonna own 10% of it, you're gonna own 90% of it. But because I'm living there, I'll pay into it as in rental or profit sharing or some format. So it works more efficiently. The goal of this is that it protects society. It's not a risk-free based earning. So that means there's a share in risk, and then sometimes there's potential higher return for you because you're working on equities, right? it's a more of a natural way of working rather than an unnatural way of working. And I mean, the goal is to kind of make everybody feel more comfortable with their finances, not feel like you're encaved in a system where you have to pay X percentages every month, every day, and all that stuff. And I mean, I'm jumping a little bit into more of interest-free lending and borrowing, but with our platform, what people can do is they can put their tokens in stake of it, and then they can borrow money, and they can do whatever they want to do with it, and there's going to be equity sharing in there, there's going to be profit making on there. And thus the beauty of this is that there's the lending and borrowing, but there's also the liquidity providing. So there's an entire ecosystem that's going to work in harmony, and in between it will be the MRHB token, which is the Marhaba token. And that's where the real value is coming from to the token, because it's a utility token.
Perfect. Yeah, and I think that's important, right? The utility piece of that is a game changer as well, right? For people like me here in the States and all that, we know that we've got to be careful about those 3-letter people. So the utility piece to the token is important as well. One thing that I saw, speaking of the token itself, is right now we're in round 2 of a pre-public sale, right? So could you take a couple minutes here and just kind of talk about the sale itself, what that looks like, and if people wanted to register and take part of it, what they would have to do?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is probably one things that are exciting me right now. I mean, I'll tell you the potential here before I jump into the token. We started talking about the pre-public sale at a bigger, wider public audience. So for example, started making more YouTube content, started marketing a little bit more, and we grew our platform, like our Telegram users, our Twitter users, our various social media users, by like 100 to 70%. For example, our Twitter went from like 5,000 to 15,000 within just, I think, 1 week and a few days. Wow. Our Telegram went from 20,000 to 50,000, and we're still growing. Like I still see numbers increasing, and if you see my screen, there's like messages like going crazy, and we have an engaged community because this is a necessity for a lot of people. For example, if they want to jump into DeFi solutions, they need something that's with their belief system. There's none other out there except Marhaba. We provide that entrance, that welcome, that Marhaba to the DeFi world. We welcome them to the DeFi world, and that's why it's such a huge need. So now going to the pre-public sales, we had our previous rounds. We sold out very quickly. We have a lot of VC interest. VCs are very interested in us. But we had a lot of people from our initial community saying, don't be like other projects, let us invest also. Don't just sell out, because we were just selling out quickly our previous rounds. And then what we decided to do was we make our private round, two of our private rounds to public rounds, where the VCs can also invest, but we cap them and we kind of shift their allocations around. But for the public, we let them invest freely. Let them, retail investors invest with how much ever they want. We have investors who are investing $100, and we have investors who are investing more than a few hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, and we currently have 650 plus investors. So we're for the community, really. Now, specifically talking about this round, it's priced at 2.5 cents. It's a pre-public sale round. It's on our dashboard, on our website. All you have to do is you have to go on. You can go to our website, it'll link you to the dashboard. You can go on our Telegram, just ask the question. You get more than enough people, not even our CMs. You'll just get believers in the project answer the questions for you. There's YouTube guides, there's an FAQ document. I think, Rick, I can kind of give you all those links, and you can put them in the description if you want. And then, yeah, you just follow that, and it's pretty simple. Pretty much, you go onto the dashboard, you connect, you pretty much you make your own SAFT agreement. SAFT agreement is like a soft agreement between yourself and our registered business in Australia. And that agreement kind of protects you, kind of protects us, make sure that after the transaction happens, you will get your tokens according to the vesting period. And so that you make your agreement, you send the money over, we send you your transaction IDs, and you're pretty much good, set. Now all you have to do is wait for when your vesting period is in place. The tokens will be automatically generated, sent to your dashboard, so you can pretty much take them out and do whatever you want. You can hold them, you can stake them, you can put them in our liquidity pool, you can, whatever you want to do, you do it. And I mean, that's the whole thing, is that we give people the engagement that they want, that if they get the tokens, they put them in the staking. Now, going back to what is the potential here? Our previous round was 2 cents. We sold out very quickly. This round is 2.5 cents. It's been 3 days. We were almost filled up about 66%. of our allocation. So there's not a lot of days left. So so you want to get involved quickly if you do want to get involved. And we have a lot of people who have committed, right? So they've said they'll do, like, bigger investors. They just, they have to put this agreements together and all that stuff. So we're in works of closing this round. So this is a round that you want to be in part of, and this is at 2.5 cents. Yep. In ideal, we're foreseeing we might be around 4 cents. So that's already a 37.5% increase in investment. And usually the winners, if you're a pre-public sale investor, if you're an initial investor, you usually, if it's a good project, you're a winner. This is how a lot of people have made quite a bit of money in this. So yes, we do have a pre-public sale, and it's selling out quick, and it's a great opportunity, in my opinion. I have family members who have invested in it too. I myself have a lot of my own personal allocation of my portfolio in Marhaba. So this is kind of personal and also at the same time my corporate answer.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. And, one thing that we do here at this channel is we hunt for the early opportunities, right? So this is right up our alley. We love the pre-sale stuff, the private sale stuff. We definitely thrive on that, because to your point, if you get in early, and that's early, on a legit project, it's hard to lose, right? Your gains can fluctuate, of course, but it's very difficult to lose, especially when the project's doing it right with vesting periods and all that, right? So I think that that's important, understanding that. And then the beauty of it is those tokens go into the dashboard. It's going to be nice and easy to stake those. It's going to be nice and easy to provide liquidity. So they're not all just going to get flooded on the market. People are going to see the potential. They're going to want the additional earning potential, and they're going to believe in the project, because by that point, the vesting periods will already be proven that this team is doing what they said they're going to do, and there's not going to be the crazy amount of sell pressure that always happens when you get into a pre-sale and they just issue everybody's tokens and then listing and then dump, and it's a nasty cycle. So I do love the fact that you guys are doing it the right way, with vesting periods, putting it into the dashboard, which will be supported with other options besides just selling, right? So you guys definitely look like you have thought out a lot of the details. So you must have a good team behind you.
Yeah.
Right? So I did take a look at the team, and I love public teams in crypto. I think that's extremely important. The fact that you're here face to face having a conversation goes a long way with me. But tell me a little bit about some of the other team members you have.
Yeah, for sure. You go to our website, you see the teams column, we're all public. And all of us, because we're one thing is, yes, it's a job, it's a role that we own, but it's also passion. We have so many people that have quit really well high-end jobs for the project because they genuinely believe in the project and genuinely believe in the vision. For example, let's start off with the founder. Months back, the founder was actually on a different crypto project, and a project that was doing fairly well. And at the same time, while he was working on the project, he realized there isn't a solution for this huge market that needs a solution. And so because of that, he started a new project. Start thinking of who we can onboard, who we can bring on, and everybody who came on is like genuinely passionate about the project. Like, for example, it's not a 9 to 5, right? And we all are working around the clock, around the block. Like, we're doing everything we can because of the truest, like, our passion. For example, this morning I was on a call with an investor, and at the same time, the guy was like, "Can I volunteer for you guys? Can I develop with you guys? Can I be part of the tech research team? You don't have to pay me. Don't worry about the money. I'm good with the money. Actually, I want to invest." And he was putting a big portion. And it's generally because of the passion that people have towards having a solution like this out there. So yes, we have a huge team. And each member is public, and they're openly public about their affiliations with Marhaba. And they're very, very well achieved in their specific industries. For example, our CTO has more than 10 years of experience. Our CEO has, I think, about 15 years of experience in total, but I think specifically blockchain is about 5, 6, 7 years of experience. Our business advisors has I think 20 plus years of experience in Islamic finance specifically. Our operating head has, CEO has a lot of entrepreneurial and ownership of businesses experience. So he runs an entire company in a Middle Eastern country. So like, there's a lot of experience, and all these guys are working together towards bringing this project to us forward. I mean, myself personally, I recently quit a really good tech job, consulting in the tech environment for this project because I genuinely believe in the project. And I think to add on to this team, I think it's very important to understand why we're so much for the community, and how we as a team are also believers of the project. Is that even though we have allocations set for this each role, it's our allocation vesting is much longer than any investors, because we don't want the team to be just someone who's here, takes the tokens and run. No, we are strong believers of the project, and thus we all agree upon having a very long-term vesting period, because we get the token, we believe in the project, we're going to hold the tokens, and we're not here to kind of do what a lot of these pump and dump schemes are doing, that
Yep.
the owners come, they kind of pump up the token, they dump them, and they're gone, and then you're left holding something that's worth nothing, but which you paid a lot of money for. So we have a smart team, a strong team, and team that's truly passionate about this industry.
Yeah, and that's something, again, it's so important in the crypto space, right? To your point, these pump and dumps, I mean, if you time it right, you can make money, right? But
Yeah.
Usually the team is who wins on those and nobody else, right? Because they do that and they move on to the next project under another anonymous Telegram name with no pictures on the website of who they are, and
Yeah.
right, and they just recycle. So it's very, very refreshing to see projects that are doing it the right way, really stand behind their beliefs and their vision. And man, I'm telling you guys right now, you're going to want to come over here to MHRBdefi.com. All the links are going to be in the description below. You got to come over here. You got to do your research on this project. You will like what you see. I like what I see. This is something that I'll probably be jumping into this private pre-sale right here, because I'm not going to miss out on that. I'm good with vesting as well, because when I believe in a project, I'm a long-term thinker. We were chatting a little bit off camera about how funny it is in the bull market. Everybody's so crazy when it's up and so crazy when it's down. I've been doing this for years, right? So to me, this is how you find these amazing things that aren't just going to be here for the bull run. They're going to be here for the bull run, then the bear market, then the next bull run, and it's going to be cycle after cycle where you're able to grow your portfolio. And projects like this are the ones that jump out at me saying, don't miss me, right? Because these are the ones you look back at and you're like, oh man, I remember watching a YouTube video about that, and now it's a $2 billion market cap, right? So these are the ones, guys. So check out all the links below, and you won't be sorry. So before I let you go, what other things do you want to make sure that the viewers out there know about you, the team, or the project in general?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not a lot of projects can say this. We want you to do research on our project. We want you to go and do your research, because that's how confident we are in what we're bringing to the world of crypto and DeFi. So please do your research, and check out our website, check out our Telegram, check out how fast we're growing, the potential market that we're targeting towards, the potential growth factor that we have. Read our light paper, read our white paper, read our green book that we have uploaded on our website. Get yourself informed, and then ask us any questions that you have on Telegram. We're more than happy to answer any questions. And thank you so much for Rick for having me here, and thank you so much for watching me.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining us here on the channel. And as always, everybody, until next time, happy crypto hunting.
Take care.